Alright, got another upgrade for you, subscribers. You're like, cool, you got someone else to do your videos now? Not cool, bro. The Nitecore EC4 GT, which is an upgrade to the original EC4. That's the review here. Well, actually, the EC4 is not just a single light. It's kind of a style of flashlights from Nitecore that have different things after the 4, like different numbers and letters. So it looks the same from the outside, but it's what's inside that's different. Some can take different batteries, some have different emitters, and some can count to 10 without any help from mom. Anyway, this is an upgrade of the EC4, and I repeat myself often, which was a 1000 lumen XML2 emitter-based light that had about 26,000 candela of throw, which wasn't bad. This one changes out the emitter, does some minor reflector tweaks, and gives you 1000 lumens with more than double the throw. So it's an upgrade if you need more throw. That's why you would buy this light. Most everything else is identical though, but I don't have the original light and you don't either. So this is like our first date, provided, you like your lights that way. Anyway, the EC4 GT has an XPL high intensity Cree emitter that's cool white. And when I say cool white, I mean slightly cooler than daylight, which you should know by now if you truly watch my videos and don't skip directly to the runtime or strobe tests. The body is that unicast aluminum design, so the main body is a single piece of aluminum, so it disperses heat well. The GT uses a series configuration for two 18650 batteries. Remember when I used to call them 18650s? I've evolved a lot since then. Make sure you only use a pair of protected matched cells in this light. It does not have low voltage protection. I know because it drained my batteries. When I say I match cells, I mean I used exact cells that are the same type, purchased at the exact same time, and I use them in pairs. It's always a good safe practice when using a light that takes multiple 18650s to do this. This means that the cells are the same age and should age the same as you use them. Yeah, that means the batteries are like fine wine. You should drink them. Flat type cells will not work. Okay, unscrew that tail cap, which by the way has a standard tripod mount built in so you can make flashlight videos. I measured. That's what people use flashlight for, right? Is they make videos about them. I measured these levels with my DIY device. First there's lower, bro. There it is. It's the lowest mode. Then there's low. Then you get to mid. And a few seconds later, you get to high. See, I didn't make the joke this time. Then there's turbo. Next, let's do two runtime tests. I used two protected EVVA cells I purchased from Mountain Electronics, which are basically Panasonic NCR 18650 GAs, 3500 milliamp hour batteries, but with an aftermarket wrapper and a protection circuit built in. The Panasonics are a great high drain capacity cell, but since there isn't low voltage cutoff in this light, I'll be using these. I'm going to try to drill it home this time. Anyway, first is turbo. Turbo runs pretty continuously for right under 2 hours. Wow. 1000 lumens for almost 2 hours. It probably doesn't stay quite at 1000 lumens, but I mean, look at the camera and you can see. Anyway, it doesn't really look like it drops out much. I used high drain protected batteries like I said before, and I'll link them in the description so you can buy those batteries because that's what I recommend. Anyway, so there you have it. Let's move on to high mode. High runs continuously for 5 hours and 24 minutes. It also doesn't seem to have a hard step down either. There's not really much to say other than both modes I tested both have very continuous sustained brightness levels for the duration of the runtime. The lights cut off because the battery protection kicked in, not the light's protection because there is no protection on the light. Remember, use only protected cells with this because the light will discharge your cells past what's considered a safe voltage. Remember, I like repeating myself. Cool, let's go over the user interface briefly. The light has the exact same user interface as the EC4S light I reviewed a while back. This light has an electronic switch, so when not using it for extended periods of time, remove the battery or put it in ultra-low parasitic drain mode by pressing and holding both buttons for more than 1 second. To unlock, press and hold again for more than 1 second. Again, it's really best to remove batteries if you don't use it much. Why would you buy this light and not use it much? Anyway, to operate it, press the power button to turn it on, and then hit the mode button to scroll through all 5 modes that loop from lower all the way up to turbo. To access lower from off, press and hold the power button. How about accessing turbo from off? Remember, it has to be off. Press and hold the mode button. To access tactical bro strobe from off, do a double click on the mode button. Now attack! There are 3 hidden strobe modes you can access from on. When in any mode, press and hold the mode switch. First you get that tactical strobe you were wowed with earlier. And then pressing and holding mode again scrolls through the remaining 2, which are location beacon, of course, and then SOS mode, like a lot of Nitecore lights I've reviewed lately. Then there's also a quick battery check and a voltage readout, which I won't go over, but you can read the manual or check my EC4S video so you can see how to do it. My formula states now we do some beam shots. I don't live in the creepy shed house anymore, so I'll have some sort of bamboo beam shots in my backyard. It's a little bit further away in the shed, but it was a bit drizzly, so you can kind of see the hot spot. Anyway, here's a nice shot that shows all the different lights. I'm testing against the EC4 GT. Okay, so the EC4 GT is sort of a throwy light, great for medium, long range, but it's no ultra thrower. Lights in this form factor rarely are huge throwers, but honestly it's bordering about as throwy of a light this size can get, as long as it's a production light. Anyway, next is the Claris XT11S, not as throwy as the EC4 GT. They use the same emitter, but the EC4 GT has a much larger reflector. The XT11S is a slightly smaller light, and I'll review it in the near future. So expect this beam shot section again. Let's put the Nitecore against a Nitecore with the same emitter, the MH20 GT, which you'll remember my review from earlier. It's a smaller rechargeable light. It's designed to be more pocketable and compact. They're pretty close in lumen output though. It's just that the EC4 GT has a smaller hotspot at closer ranges. Anyway, now the Sunwayman D40A neutral white. I've had this one for years now and I like it. It runs off AA. The output is close in lumens, but the EC4 GT kills it in throw. Next is the Kronos X6, which I also reviewed, if you remember. It and the Nitecore are pretty close in throw, but the X6 drives its neutral white emitter much harder than the Nitecore. The X6 is a nice light with a nice tint, just saying. Okay, so now we've seen some comparable lights in size-ish. Let's hit it with a real throwy single emitter light. The T20. This is a much bigger light with a larger reflector. The emitter is driven hard, and it's much throwier. This is what a real thrower sort of looks like. Okay, and one more thing. How about a lumen monster that I'm going to review soon? This is the Convoy L6, which I will review soon. Alright, moving on. The EC4 GT is a fine upgrade to the original 1000 lumen EC4 that gives people more throw in the same size light. It's waterproof to IPX8 standards. It tail stands, and you can use 4 CR123A batteries or rechargeable RCR123A batteries. I won't use those, but since I don't like telling other people what to do, you surely can. No visible PWM was noted on any level by me or my camera. The package includes a nylon holster, a lanyard, an instruction manual. And that's it. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Have conversations below my video with me and other subscribers and give it a thumbs up because you'd be really cool if you did. And it helps my videos get noticed. This light was provided by Nitecore for review and evaluation. Thanks for watching.